What's up?
You will not be ready, but you will be brave.
Listening to shitty
Don't-
donos.
Donos? Nice.
Yeah, what's up?
I've been drinking kombucha. You know what that is?
That's a clip. Go ahead, what is it? I don't know.
What? Why is that a clip?
I don't know. You'll probably know in like 5 minutes when people have one.
Oh,
But tell me, what is it? What is it? What kind of drink?
it's like a fermented thingy, I guess. It's like a fermented tea,
Okay.
kind of. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it like caffeinated, or I guess most tea usually is, right?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. So what's up? What's up? What are the plans for this evening?
I just have like 10 more videos to watch, I guess. Or just like
10
random
more
ones.
videos.
I've got like a bunch of shit queued up I can look at, but damn,
What are the
dude, my
things?
subreddit and the
Yep.
Fresh&Fit subreddit are wild right now.
They're beefing?
Well, my people are fighting them. Some of them are coming to my subreddit. Some of my subreddit are fighting me along with them. It's hard to tell who's who. It's a war out there right now.
Why do they hate you so much?
Fresh and Fit or my
The
community?
fresh and fit viewers.
The bisexual thing is really big to some people. A lot of them apparently don't believe in bisexuality. They think you're just gay. And then the Melina thing is to a lot of them seems like super degenerate as well.
What does the fresh and fit people think about trans people?
Probably don't think they're real, but I don't know if they talk about trans people much. But they're not factored into their dating models at all, of course. I mean, do you have to ask that? I mean, that should be pretty obvious, I think, right? Uh-oh, we lost him.
What? Sorry, I was watching a clip I shouldn't have. What did you say?
Oh, your cum clip?
Yeah, I was watching the clip.
They probably don't think they're real, or they don't factor them into their dating models at all, or something.
Wait, do people still believe the gay with extra steps thing? I don't think so.
For Jesus Christ. For trans people, or for what do you mean?
Yeah, like for these guys being like that, yes.
They think trans people are gay with extra steps?
Oh my god. Oh, what were you watching? That's what the fresh and fit people think, yeah? Would be
Oh.
my guess.
Where have you heard that before?
Those types of people, like the insane, like completely out of it, no understanding of sexuality or anything, those types of people.
Oh, okay. They might think it, yeah. That's like a really advanced transphobic thing.
Yeah, well, that's what.
That's
it
like,
seems like they
that's
are.
the advanced level transphobic. I don't know if they know that much. That's like a whole different thing. That's a...
Oh, I thought that was like more common for those types of guys to do.
Oh, maybe. I
No
don't know.
men don't rape. Oh shit! Must have been.
Why did I click this? Jesus. That's referred to as
So
something called autogonophilia. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, what?
So they hate you because you're bisexual, basically.
Well, one is, yeah, a lot of them, bisexuality is gross because it's gay shit, basically. And then the second thing is open relationship makes me, the default is cuck. Even on Kiwi Farms, it's like cuck.
So with those guys, if you were to, okay. I think someone did like reverse dogwarts on them, and they're like, "Would you suck a dick for $1 billion?"
Oh,
And a
I
lot of
did.
them-
I asked them that.
Oh, you did?
Because they were going through all the girls, and they were like, would you, how much for a guy to fuck you or whatever? How
I
much
don't
for
think
one
I
night?
saw that. I didn't see that.
Oh,
part.
yeah, no,
So
that's what they were
happened?
asking. So then I asked them afterwards, like, okay, because they got mad because some of the girls weren't giving their number. It's like, oh, come on, girl. Like, if somebody's offering you $1 million, you take it, of course, blah, blah, blah. And they kept pushing the girls for answers. So then after the girls did, I was like, okay, well, hold on. How much money for you guys to suck a dick? And of course, they're like, no amount of money. Even for $1 billion, I wouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It's like they have like the very like old school. I'm not trying to talk shit. I hope it doesn't come off as I'm talking shit. Listen, homophobia is fine for some people, okay? I'm not judging you.
Well, I don't think that's true, but okay.
But they have like the very old school homophobia where it's not like they don't like gay people because they're like bad for society or they're bad family values or any of that shit. That's like new school homophobia. They have the really old school, like they're the kind of people that are like constantly telling people like no homo, that's gay shit, that's gay shit, that's gay shit, and they're like crying in the closet, like masturbating to gay porn. It's like the very old school, like very like all gay stuff is like a huge threat to any form of masculinity. Like gay men are basically women or whatever, or at least that's how it comes off to me. So that's like it's a very 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 old school kind of homophobic thought.
Gotcha. Well,
But hey, listen, we're all on our own journeys, you know. We do.
So do you think you're going to be invited back on again?
Yeah, I feel bad. Myron and Fresh texted me today, and they were saying like what Chris did was unacceptable. We're going to talk to him. I was like, oh shit.
Well, it was unacceptable. That's like so unbelievably fucking stupid
up.
of that guy to do. What a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
and then,
know your fucking place, bro.
Yeah, or at least just shit talk me, or at least shit talk me in person, and then shit talk me on stream. Yeah, but the yeah, Myron was reaching out even 2 days ago, I think, to like set up another talk because he seemed to enjoy it a lot. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of baggage that comes with being on this show, though. That's the part that's a little bit like you can't go on that show and just like, oh, that's it. You know, what's next week? Like you go on that show, like the next week is going to be all up in your shit. Does that make sense?
No, I think it's just unique because I'm already like an online figure, so of course people are going to be talking and shit, right?
You don't think that that would happen for other people that went on there?
I mean, probably for a little bit, but like mine is going to be exacerbated because my performance was so, I guess, out of the norm for their show. And then I've got like a huge subreddit and community for them to engage with more material, right? Like if you look at all the shit that they're posting on their subreddit now, they're like digging into my private life, but they only know that because I'm like a public person. So like for a normal guest, it probably wouldn't go that far. They'd make fun of them for a day or two, and then they'd.
Does it bother you that like right now they're like literally going through your shit trying to find like anything fucked up you've ever done or do anything? Or do you feel like that's not what they're doing? They're just trying to like...
No, that is what they're doing, but if that kind of stuff bothered me, I would have been off the internet a long time ago. Some guy made a huge post on that subreddit that was really funny. Where there was so much. They wrote like a big write-up of me and Melina's relationship, and almost every part was either half true or just completely wrong. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to see it. For anyone saying, so many people take this clip seriously. Kiwi Farms does. I think LSF did. Where for anyone saying Destiny Insecurity getting cut, just dropping this clip or whatever. Like me and him and Melina, all three of us are friends. I'm like fucking around. But everybody sees this clip and they're like, oh my god, like this is an example of him getting cucked in real time, and he was like so upset. I was like, okay. I wonder if I can find this. Post. I wonder if it got deleted.
I think someone posted it in the chat.
Do you think Melina got alpha widowed? What does that mean?
That sounds fucking like a sick magic card.
I don't even know. Damn, that's crazy. Oh, Melina, Destiny's wife, is a career whore.
Based.
Disclaimer, I'm a Destiny fan. More like watcher. I like his political takes on his social commentary. I'm not too caught up in it, but I have watched him on and off for the past 3 or 4 years. One thing, however, is Destiny's wife, aka Melina. You probably heard her on the podcast. He's in an open relationship that is open on both ends. I get that thing is weird around here. It is for me too. I'm strictly monogamous, but even in that context, his relationship with Melina, especially her as a character, is kind of fucked up. One, you have to understand how they met. Melina is from Sweden. She was in an open relationship with a Swedish guy that was only open on her end. So one, that's not true. They were in an open relationship. They could both fuck around. I don't know if Max was or not a lot, but they both had the ability to fuck around. AKA, she got to fuck around while her BF couldn't, and she was already 19 at the time, traveling places, fucking other dudes. This is not true as well. People have this feeling that she was getting like flown around the world to go and fuck guys. Melina saved up money. She worked for 2 years when she was in Sweden after high school, and her and Max decided that they wanted to travel to New Zealand. Then they went on their own money. That was their trip. Or they both like paid money. She wasn't getting like flown around or whatever. I don't even know. She like barely even had an Instagram back then, or she wasn't very active on it. From the get-go, this is a giant red flag. At this time, she's a small-time streamer, a nobody. No, she wasn't a streamer before I met her at all. I was the one that like kind of pushed her to get into that. She's talking to Destiny, flies over to New Zealand with them. You can see the video here. Keep in mind, Destiny at this point is about 30 years old. He's flown across the world to fuck a 19-year-old couple where the guy's essentially a cuckold. He wasn't a cuckold, and I didn't fly to fuck the couple. I flew over there partially to meet Melina and then partially to do. There were other people I was talking to as well. I don't know how much is public from all that. I always get word I'm going to out people publicly. But and he flew across the world. Around 10 minutes is where the fucked up sad part is. Oh, people keep saying this meme too. The cuck is eating a vegan meal, talking about how he has to accommodate for an open relationship, and shortly after in the adjacent room, you hear Destiny railing Melina. This has never happened in my entire life. The idea that I would fuck somebody on stream in the next room.
So you're saying that there was no banging going on in the other room in that infamous scene?
No, and if there was, I would say it. Like,
You would not lie to us, not your.
why would I lie
loyal-
about fucking my fiance? Yeah, no, there's just no point in lying. If I was fucking her, I'd be.
So
I'd just say it.
what was happening in that room?
I don't know what happened, but I know that day we were drinking, and I know that day I had a huge fucking headache, and I basically got in that room and crashed, and I went to sleep. Unless Melina was fucking masturbating or something, or people in the next room were fucking. But no, we weren't fucking. But if I was, I would just say it. But I mean, if you don't believe me at this point, especially about sexual exploits, you're just retarded. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would think I would hide anything at this point. Like, I'm pretty open about all my shit. This even goes against Destiny's prior positions. In an early debate against Annie Worski and Jean Francois Garapi, he states he would never date someone 20 or younger due to the difference in life experience and intelligence, and won't provide links because there's like 3 to 4 videos. But the gist is this Jean guy who's older has a PhD, married, and impregnated a younger girl who may not have been fully mentally capable. And Destiny takes positions against his actions, but also against actions larger. Blah, blah, blah. So I made statements that were probably too strong at this time. To be clear, though, one, this is something a lot of people don't understand. Well, firstly, one for the JF guy. The JF guy explicitly went out of his way to fuck mentally retarded girls. The girl that JF had abducted, which he did, from her place in Texas, she was so retarded, her family was able to get a permanent, what do you call it when you have a permanent guardianship with somebody and they're not allowed to be an adult?
Conservatorship?
Maybe, but the family was able to file a court order to get that, to basically own that girl. That's how retarded this girl was. Okay, number one. Number two, it is the case that big differences in age are usually shitty, and it is the case that my big difference in Melina's age is actually shitty, and it is the case that I usually don't date people that are down. If you look at every relationship I've been in, even most of my sexual ones, I don't know about sexual ones at this point, my relationships are usually people that are equal in age to me. Something that a lot of people don't realize is people think that I date Melina because she's young, or that's one of the big reasons why. Melina's age is, and I love her to death, Melina's age is the number one hinge, or the number one obstacle in our relationship. You can ask Dan, I guess, who's talked to both of us about issues, or you can talk to Melina. Melina being young is the number one thing that causes issues in our relationship, because there's a lot of stuff that she just hasn't figured out yet or learned yet that's very frustrating for me to deal with as a 33-year-old. She's improved a ton, and she's grown a bunch, but we're dating in spite of her age, not because of her age. Don't say Melina's age, say our age gap. No, it's not the age gap. It is actually her age. She is young. And there's stuff that she's still forgot. It is very fucking annoying for me to deal with. But I noticed this because I didn't consider this until I started reading some of these posts. I'm like, oh shit. There's a lot of people that literally think that one of the biggest pros of me dating Melina is that she's 21 years old. She's 20 years old. She's 22 years old. That's not a pro. That is a massive fucking con to me. And then to take it a step further and be a little bit more revealing, this is why when Melina and me have drama with another girl, it's why it's almost always a girl that is significantly older than Melina, because those are the ones that she gets the most mind fucked by, because usually those are the people that I'm more attracted to. And it's the ones that, she ends up feeling the worst about me hooking up with for a random personal thing. But yeah, this idea that I'm picking young girls, Melina's the youngest person I've ever dated in terms of age gap, and that's not a pro. It's a huge fucking negative. But she's growing and getting older, and we've there's pros and cons in every relationship. But he justifies this by saying Melina is intelligent and mature, so it's different. That is something he even says on the podcast, that he wants an SO to intellectually challenge him, so let's examine that. This is an argument. I don't really try to win this in my community because I know for most of you it's a waste. A lot of people have this perception that intelligence is... that's a con because Melina could easily ruin Destiny if he didn't make a prenup. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, in my community, there's nothing I can say or do to convince most of you. Otherwise, I don't really give a fuck. But for a lot of you guys, intelligence to you only means STEM or debates. And that's the only type of intelligence that exists. So if somebody's not ready to break down fucking studies or debate you on some esoteric political or philosophical issues, you think they're an airheaded bimbo. There's a lot of different types of intelligences, and there are different types of intelligence that I can appreciate in people. I think Brittany is a really intelligent person. I don't know what she knows about fucking politics or science, and Melina is definitely a very intelligent person. Even socially, I think she's a very intelligent person. You guys can say, whatever you want, however you want to feel like that. But if you look at me on that Fresh and Fit podcast, all of those girls there were fucking completely Xans the fuck out, and I would put Melina against any of them in any type of social situation or conversational situation, and I know that she would excel in any of those environments 100%. But I don't even try to win that argument publicly because I understand. Destiny is a smart guy, but there's no denying that he's garnered a solid reputation for debate, and that's a reason why people both on the left and the right debatosphere see him as a final boss of sorts. Halasan won't engage with him whatsoever because the select times that debated determine a new one. Let's examine Melina in comparison. She is hot, yeah, but I'm a firm believer that even with hot women, you should examine their accomplishments and intelligence as well. Me and my girlfriend are both higher educated in STEM and the same age, so I get this may not be as popular in the circle, but he actually does do the STEM meme. But in accordance with Destiny, he wants someone to intellectually challenge him, as he claimed. There are a lot of different ways to challenge people. Intellectually isn't the same thing across all domains, right? Like it does, like some sort of intellectual challenge or stimulation is nice. That's true, but there are other ways you can challenge people as well. So for instance, the only reason I've maintained my gym habit for a year is because Melina pushed me on that. The only reason I've traveled to as many countries as I have is because Melina's pushed me on that. There's also like a bunch of new hobbies and shit that I've explored as well that I wouldn't have otherwise because Melina's pushed me on that too. And she pushes me to be more kind of like emotionally understanding of myself, which is something I've had a lot of trouble with. And I've had a lot of fun like drug experiences, and I've met a lot of fun people, and I've done like a lot of cool stuff through Melina or whatever. These are things that I wouldn't have done traditionally. Even with other how do I say this? With other exes, even that are super intelligent, I wouldn't have been pushed in these ways on these types of experiences. But I mean, if you want to pretend that like the only way to do it is like by basically coming out and being like, I want to debate you on, you know, ethical anti-realism. I mean, yeah. Melina did not go to college. She graduated high school and traveled the world right after as a small-time nobody streamer. This is not true. Melina didn't travel the world as a streamer. Melina saved up money for working for 2 years and then traveled to New Zealand. Compared to Destiny, she doesn't do political content. True. No debates. In fact, her entire career is only kickstarted because of her relationship with Destiny. I might throw this in Melina's face if we fight and I'm being a huge dick sometime, but this is not true. I don't have I can maybe kickstart a career, but I can't make you into a huge streamer. I could give you 100 viewers, but that's about it. Whether or not you grow from there is up to you. Melina is like one of the largest female streamers on Twitch, and she does it in two pretty big ways. One is her content isn't extremely Coomer. She wears kind of Coomer outfits, I'll give you that, but she's not doing like hot tub streams or like ASMR like fucking ear licking streams. And and two, she does it while openly having a husband, which is pretty difficult. Most other girls that you know that are doing content on Twitch are lying about having boyfriends. Almost every popular female streamer has a boyfriend and lies about it, or at least a lot of the ones that I know have boyfriends and they lie about it. So the fact that she's able to maintain a huge audience, and the fact that she's able to do it with doing like a variety of content, I think is pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit flattered that you think that I could pump up a girl to like fucking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 concurrent viewers all on my own, or 10,000 when she's traveling, but I don't have that much star making power. And it's all her community too. It's not like she doesn't have a crossover with mine. It's not like I turn my stream off and she gets all of her viewers. Like she streams on her own and she has all of her own shit, you know? Draw your own conclusions, but don't you think there's a reason why she reached out to the biggest Twitch streamer and hopped on his dick when she got the chance? Yeah, this doesn't make sense because she wasn't streaming at the time. Even when you look at content with her and Destiny, it's like he's talking down to somebody with half his intelligence than it shows. I talk down to everybody. That's how we joke with each other. But like me and Melina go back and forth all the time. That's like typically what we do. But I do this with every person. I call complete bullshit on Destiny's idea of finding his partner as an intellectual challenge or equal. Yeah, again, like there can be challenges in a lot of different ways. It could be intellectually, it could be through hobbies, it could be through health, it could be like there's a lot of different ways people can challenge people. But go on Melina's stream, it's just her playing games with the camera pointed down at her tits. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Melina never games on stream. Like, that she just doesn't. She's also open about her drug use. Mind you, in 2019, she's only 19 and is already doing hard drugs. I don't think Melina has ever done hard drugs. Not that I'm familiar with. Unless you're saying like, unless LSD is a hard drug to you, in which case you probably shouldn't be talking about drugs. She said in a video, I can't find it, that she lost her virginity at 14. Here she said she had her first lesbian threesome at 16. Okay. There's also unconfirmed rumors of her super spreading STDs. This is not true. Is this an Anna clip? Oh, this was Iman and Denims when they both got burned after everything. But no, neither me nor Melina have ever super spread STDs. We both get tested like pretty regularly. This is just not true. In summary, she's a young, hot, dumb blonde with a good rack, and that's that. If you really do think Melina is like just a young, hot, dumb person, I think it's pretty hard to explain her streaming success because she does really well in streaming, and there's a lot of hot girls that don't. But I mean, that's up to you to figure out or cope about or whatever the fuck you want to do. But like she can pull like 4,000 viewers like pretty easily depending on what she's doing, as long as like it's entertaining content. And then if she's doing like really crazy IRL stuff, which she hasn't done in a while, I know she can get up to 10,000, but that's usually for like, that'll be like beach streams and shit, or like big collab streams. So I don't think she's done in a while. But yeah, like you can't just be hot and get 4,000 concurrent viewers. Like there's usually more work you have to put into than that, because there's a lot of hot girls on
is she making like a $500,000 a year or something right now?
Fuck no. But she's doing like really well for herself. She can pay for all of her shit and everything. Yeah.
What's the disconnect between, you know, if she has kind of similar viewership to you? Is it the lack of a YouTube channel, I'm guessing?
Yeah, the YouTube is huge.
Okay, that's what makes sense.
3, on her being hot and young, specifically young, Destiny spouted a ton of hypocrisy in Fresh and Fit, especially about how he believes men should value age less than women. This is in stark contradiction to both his actions and words. Destiny's 34, Melina's 22, maybe 23. So Destiny is 33 and Melina is 23. She turns 24 in 2 days, but we can exaggerate if you want, I guess. He's even acknowledged in the past that he has the luxury of dating a younger woman, given he can put off having kids till later and have her still be fertile, something he couldn't do with a woman at his age. If you're a woman, you can very comfortably have kids up to 35, and you can go up to 40. You just have to do a little bit more testing. It's not like at 40 your kids become like fucking hideous freak shows that are all like completely like age fucked. That's dumb. Part of what Myron was saying was exactly that. Me personally, I don't think in most cases stark age gaps are conducive of a good relationship. It's my opinion. Destiny completely contradicts himself according to his own beliefs, except not really. Like, I'm not hunting Melina because of her age, and I'm pretty open. And again, ask her if you don't believe me, or ask fucking Dan. The age gap is one of the biggest difficult problems in our relationship. It's not something that I ever explicitly looked for because I hate generally dating younger girls. The nature of his open relationship. I know people here hate his relationship style, don't get me wrong, I can emphasize, but his rebuttal is it's open on both ends and he does not recommend it to anyone else. But when pressed, he always retorts with, well, I fuck more than her, it's mutual. I don't think I'm pressing and retorting with that, but okay. I can't measure these claims, but I confer it's probably bullshit. In this video, Melina says she has to give permission for Destiny to fuck the girl he wants to, whereas she just notifies him when she's going to fuck another guy. No permission, presumably. Without getting too personal, this is true, but the reason why this is true is because Melina feels bad if I go off to fuck somebody and she's home alone and not doing anything. So if I want to fuck somebody in advance, I usually have to let her know, like, hey, in 2 weeks I'm going to be here, or in a month I'm going to be here. Like, find a dude, chat with him, because I'm going to be hooking up with somebody. The reason why she doesn't normally tell me in advance is because I usually have people available to me. If she's like, oh, I'm going to go do this to that dude, I'll be like, oh, cool, I'm going to go hang out with whoever. Like, that's generally why I usually have to give her more notice, because it's just because I have a lot of people I'm talking to. It's pretty easy for me to find somebody to hook up with. So like it's kind of true, but not for the right reason. It's not like she's like shooting me down all the time while she's running out fucking Chad Thundercock or whatever. Your biggest issue with that is her messaging around the topic, to be honest. I don't think she misrepresents any of this, but there's also the logistics side. Melina has far broader sex appeal than Destiny. She's a 7, 8 out of 10, in my opinion. And Destiny's a 4 on a good day. I don't have self-esteem problems, and I'm not like super overly arrogant, but if you think I'm a 4, your mind is fucked. I'm sorry. Add that to the fact that Destiny works 14 hours a day, and she does less than half of that. Destiny really only has niche appeal around Twitch. I think I have decently broad appeal. I think I do okay, but okay, Chief. Streaming and politics, whereas Melina can fuck any dude in Miami. That's true. Hell, here's her confirmed Tinder account she uses to hook up with other guys. I have zero doubt in my mind that Melina consistently fucks more and hotter guys than Destiny. Let's be honest, Destiny is short, skinny, fat, and has the frame of a prepubescent child. Why would you... There's more recent pictures you can post than a 12-year-old fucking picture of me, but...
I mean, it is a true statement based on the photo.
True. Put either of them on Tinder and she'll have 50 to 100 times the matches. Yeah, I'm not hunting for Tinder. I'm hunting through my fucking Instagram and Twitter DMs. Like, given the disparity in attractiveness and taking into account not only Destiny's brutal work schedule and also her past experience, you can draw your own conclusions, but it's obviously he's got the short end of the stick. And this is kind of where I wonder if I should be posting, but it feels so cringe. If I should start taking pictures with every girl I hook up with. But then it's so gross. I don't know.
That's the fresh and fit way.
But it's so gross. Oh, it's so disgusting to do that. I don't know. Also, the downside to that, too, is that people would assume that every picture I have on my Instagram with a girl is also somebody I fucked, which would probably make girls feel weird unless I'm actually fucking them. Like,
oh, that usually becomes the case anyways.
Good one. 5, on the topic of relationships, Destiny claims that the red pill is based on insecurity and that he is super secure in his relationships. Anybody that knows anything about Destiny knows this is a flat out lie. He will swear up and down that he's okay. Oh, here comes like the big coat part where secretly I'm miserable with everything. He will swear up and down that he's okay with other men fucking his wife, which if true, kudos to him. He's unique and that's definitely how he presents himself. But as we all know, actions speak louder than words, and his certainly do. You might not be caught up in the drama, but just 2 weeks ago, him and Melina were having relationship troubles. He states that it's something I'll only talk about in 10 years' time. 654 is an example of him getting into detail about his relationship struggles. He does this many times throughout, but he mutes his mic here when he starts venting. Around this time, Melina is acting dramatic and is growing somewhat distant with Steven Check, the community post from 2 weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. But even further into detail, here's something Destiny's getting insecure and angry when Melina tries to kiss another guy. It's honestly some of the most pathetic shit I've ever seen. Again, like, it sounds like so cringe to like do any kind of bragging or whatever. You can confer with Dan if you don't believe me. But generally, most of our relationship troubles usually come from me and a third girl. It's not usually Melina and another guy. I don't know if Melina and another guy have ever caused a fight between us in our relationship. It's generally me and a third girl where things are starting to get weird. But, I mean, take from that as you will. Also, the most simple YouTube search would prove him wrong. Melina has had 2 drawn-out interviews with Dr. K. In the interview, it's everything is expected. She has daddy issues, has been in an open relationship since she was 15. Melina does not have daddy issues. Melina's mommy issues. Her mom is crazy. Her dad is, like, super chill. What about with Bob 7? With Bob 7, I didn't have issues with Melina, like, talking to... She never even hooked up with Bob 7. I didn't have issues with her talking to a guy. I had issues with a dude being snaky and talking shit behind my back. That was the issue that I was having with Bob 7. It had nothing to do
and
with
we see what happens to people that cross the Steve. Where's Bob 7 now?
True. I know you're conflicted about this, but it's way better for your own base to constantly roll their eyes when anyone accuses you of not fucking. Sure, it would be nice if these, but yeah, but I feel like I've got to represent things to some extent. But yeah, I don't know. She has daddy issues, has been in an open relationship since she was 15, is incredibly emotionally immature. Melina has a lot of emotional maturity for being 23, 24. But I believe what you want. What's worse is she goes into detail fully in public and says that Destiny's emotionally unique and all the problems of her open relationship. I don't know, kind of pisses me off. Destiny's built her up from nothing, and she goes into a public interview with a psychiatrist with almost 1 million subs and shit talks about Destiny. I don't think she's shit talking me. Melina's really respectful of me almost all the time, with the exception of her vague tweeting 2 weeks ago. It'd be different if this was in private, but man, that's just hella disrespectful, even if she's right. Also, a lot of what she highlights here is completely against what Destiny preaches. On the podcast, he went off about how red pillars have to show more emotion and give their partner time. 2 things explicitly Melina claims in the interview Destiny's not doing. Yeah, those are huge drawbacks of mine. I'm working on them, though. Like, these are things, I recognize these as drawbacks. I don't brag about them. Like, I've done a lot of work over the past 5 years to kind of, like, peel back the layers on how unbelievably emotionally cold I am to people. The difference is I'm not selling you my lifestyle as something you should do. Like, it's something that I'm actively trying to, like, work against and unbuild. Also, a lot of what she highlights here is completely blah, blah, blah. Look, I think Destiny's smart and has some interesting to say about politics and even some social issues, but where he completely loses me is on dating, especially his hypocrisy. I would not take anything he says about dating at face value. This is going to come up as petty, but he strikes me as a usually unattractive type of guy that got rich, but now has to perpetually fuck himself in a relationship to maintain it. He knows he isn't Melina's physical type, so he bends over backwards and lets her fuck other dudes to satisfy it. Taking dating for something like that, it's like such a weird take on, given how the actual dynamics of me and Melina's relationship works, but... Jesus.
Oh.
What a
That's actually our least strong Delaban member that just posted that, actually. So.
No, that was or no, I guess he said he was a Destiny fan, but they posted that in the Fresh and Fit sub, so I think he's one of those. But yeah. Well, what's up, Dan?
Nothing. I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well last night.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to, there's this new thing I'm trying. Where is this thing? It's, Rameltion. It's like super melatonin.
How many new drugs are you getting into, Dan?
Nothing fun, unfortunately.
Well, I don't know what you're saying here. Are you going to do any more viewer call-ins? Probably not. Wanted to talk to you about that stupid 1 to 17 male-female reproduction that the RP guys like to talk. Oh, that one forever. I don't know. Maybe next time, or send me an email, or make a post on my subreddit.
I'm gonna go get some tea. I'll be right back.
Oh, the kombucha or whatever?
No, TT.
Wait, what was wrong with your other thing?
It's fine, but I want some hot tea. Some, like, chamomile.
Chamomile?
Chamomile.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Am I retarded, or is the other dude fucking retarded? I need help. I don't know what a grifter is. Mind explaining a person who swindles you by means of deception or fraud. This fits my millionaire shouldn't be asking for capital raises for projects that can fund themselves as a grift. And Destiny's doing none of those too, does he? There's a tint of deception. The dude has the money to fund his D&D campaign, but made a Patreon instead. Same with Hassan. If I guess I could fund my D&D campaign on my own dollar, but I think that if it was a net negative, I think I just probably wouldn't do it if I was just paying money out of pocket for it. and it wasn't generating any revenue. But but I would assume that Hassan's podcasts make money. That's why I don't understand why there'd be a Patreon for it, unless he has like no sponsors or no ads for it or anything. I think you said in the past your emotional coldness helps with your career. What made you decide you want to become less cold? I don't know, because there's probably parts of the human experience that I miss out on, so I'm trying to do a better job at opening up and all that gay shit. You said you can't just be pretty and get big on Twitch, but how do you explain Hassan? However much you might hate Hassan, motherfucker puts in a lot of fucking work, okay? Even if he was just doing fucking 90 Day Fiance, he was doing that shit fucking 14 hours a day. And he networked like a dog, okay? That dude worked super hard and like building out all the connections and shit he needed. Like, I hate Hassan just as much as any of you guys, or probably more actually. But he worked really hard to get where he was. Yeah, he had a lot of benefits and a lot of privilege going in. He had all of his prior connections. He had me to bolster him initially, and he's fucking hot. And he had all like the connections and shit that he built, but like a lot of that he worked to get there. It didn't just randomly happen. There's a lot of pretty people that could be in Hassan's position that never would have made it as far. Like, he did a lot of work to get to where he was. Damn, what do I need to do? How can he call you a grifter? He would call me a grifter? Has Hassan called me a grifter? I would hope not. That seems kind of weird if he does. No, the Reddit duder? No, I don't think I'm a grifter. Even if I could pay for that D&D campaign, like, I'm pretty honest about all my shit. Like, I'm not sitting here, like, pretending to be, like, a fucking socialist or some shit and then telling you... yeah, like, I'm a capitalist, my dude. How about you spending all this time talking with low IQ red pill PUA bros is actively destroying your brain. You should get back into talking about ideas and interesting... True, my bad. I'm gonna go back to all the Keffel shit soon, okay? I'm sorry, I know you guys are getting really bored with this red pill arc. That's probably like the most like socially relevant stuff happening right now on the internet, and I'll get back into debating fucking Keffels and Vosh every single day. My bad. Yeah, what we really need to do is get back to the Rift, true. Soon, though. Moody Booty will have us there again. Do you think you plan to overhyping sex, especially to our audience that has a lot of virgins? Maybe. I don't know. I really like sex. What am I supposed to say? Fuck me. Sorry. Bitch! I don't mean to overhype it. And I think a lot of casual sex with people... No, actually, I don't think I do overhype sex. I think I'm pretty consistent. The best sex I think you can have is going to be like with a long-term partner over a long period of time. If I were to name my top 5 sex partners, the top 5 sex partners that I've had in my life are the 5 women that I've had long relationships with. My ex-wife, kid's mom, Eris, Melina, Teresa. Easily. Like, easily compared to any other person. And it's just because we've been together longer sexually than with any other person. Like, it's not even close, actually. So, I mean, like, if you want to have, like, the best sex in your life, like, casual sex is fun because there's a lot of, like, new things that other people can do, that other people's bodies are put together in different ways. Definitely, for sure. But, like, long-term sexual relationships with one partner is going to be, like, the mechanically, I think, the best. And then if you're into, like emotions and shit, too, I guess. There's that as well, but... What are you drinking Red Bull so late at night? I want a 2 Red Bull diet right now. I have to up my... I need to figure out where to squeeze it into the meal because I'm starving myself. I think I'm too hungry between doing cardio now. I'm burning too many calories. So I probably just need to eat another one of those little meals. One thing that stood out to me with the Fresh and Fit podcast was how Sneeko talked to the girls on the podcast. They wouldn't even look at them. They claim they have certain roles they fall into. Well, he was just sort of kind of troll, I think, for the girls, yeah. Stop drinking energy drinks daily. Shit is worse than smoking cigarettes. That is almost certainly not true. What is it, like caffeine and then like random shit like taurine or whatever you think is like worse for you than fucking smoking cigarettes? People overhype the fuck out of like the harm of energy drinks, unless there's some super hidden harm that I'm not aware of. Like if I had to guess without knowing much, my guess is going to be the most harmful thing in energy drinks is probably the sugar, which like if you're drinking a Coke or anything else is going to be just as bad, or actually worse if you're drinking those, because you're probably going to drink more Coke than you would like of energy drinks.
So true, King. So true.
True.
Listen, I got the Better Call Saul finale to watch in 28 minutes. So I'm gonna go prepare. Yeah.
Okay.
Last episode, that's it. Very last one. Wait, hold on. Click.
Did you hear they're making a sequel? It's called Breaking Bad. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, now you did, dumbass.
That's a very funny haha joke.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Bye. I'm pretty sure energy drinks can cause heart issues even compared to just coffee. How, where? What? What part does it? I guess a lot of F and F virgin dudes believe that sex is the end game, but I think a lot of dudes would get bored with just casually fucking. Probably after some